G'day! If you always wanted to make your own tone control rings, mats to go on top of your drums, underneath little tone rings that sit under your head, I don't know if you can make that out in there or not. Want to get your drum kit to look like an old 80s style single drum head, but yet still have the rim underneath. Well, hey, you can do all of those things just by reusing your old drum head. How good is that? Improve the sound of your drums, maybe potentially improve the look of your drums, and reuse some old stuff. That's money in your pocket and a little bit better for the planet too. Actually, while I'm on that, if anyone can tell me if this mylar stuff that we use in drum heads, if that's recyclable or not, I would love to hear that or not. Put that in the comments. Got to find something to put in the comments, but seriously, I am genuinely interested to know, is a mylar recyclable or not? Not that it matters too much, I've got plenty of tips to reuse them. So let's get started. Let's have a look at making our own, I'll cover up the brand, our own little tone rings using a drum head. First thing I'll say is these ones are remarkably precisionally cut. You know what? Mine isn't going to look precisionally cut, but it will sit on top of your drums. It will control the rings and the tones of your toms or snares. And you know, you're the only person that's seeing it. Everybody else is in front of that kit. They're not seeing it, so it doesn't really matter, does it? Okay, so let's have a look at that. There's a couple of ways you can do it. I must say I've watched a few other channels in the past, you know, and they make a real engineering practice out of this. They get out the protractors and cut it, or mark circles, and man, look, if you're on the road, you don't have that stuff. Find yourself a knife, you're bound to have one. If not, your roadie will have one. Find yourself a smaller drum head. That's a good start. I dropped something on the floor, I'll find it later. And if you don't have another smaller drum head than that, which currently I don't, raid the kitchen, find a pot, go talk to the chef, he'll find a pot. You don't want a hot pot, you just want the lid. Too much pot on my head. Alright, so where do we start? Get your lid, look for about the centre, right? That's about there. It's not science, it's craft. Get your knife, do a stock take of your fingers, think safety first, you want to make sure they're all there later, you might need to find it. If I've got any tips for you, get a sharp knife. Anyway, there it is. You got a small little, what's that? Got a 10-inch tom and you want a tone control pad on top of that? Boom! There it is, that's your first one done, right? Done. Now, you're left with that. Now let's make the control ring. Get this head here, aim for about the centre of that. Alright, I'm just going to stand up to cut this time. No, I'm not, because I'll be out of frame. Are you done? Whoa. Cut that, right, we've done all our cutting, put your blade away, recount your fingers, they're all there, you're still good to drum. Right, and there it is, that's your O-ring, tone control ring, whatever you want to call it. Place it on top of, well, in this case, imagine that, place it on top. It works, right, it's the same thing. You can make that diameter as thick or as small as you like, it really depends on the diameter of what you're using. Okay, so put that over here for a second. So we've made the pad to go on top. I don't know what they call them. I've seen them called like fat snare or something. All these other things. Put them on top of your snare drum. Obviously you'd cut that to a 14-inch. So you know if you're cutting a 16-inch tom up, you're bound to have a 14-inch pad left you can chuck on your snare, right? Tone control ring. Now the other thing you've got left is this wonderful piece here. Now, you can do quite a bit with this. You can use that, smaller one I've prepared earlier, you can use that to put that underneath your tom, like so. Put your rim underneath that, and you put on your tom. I will try and put that in later if I can. I'm not quite sure how to do that. But anyway, so you get the idea. If your tom is here, do that. Top of your tom, rim goes on top of that, sorry, bottom of your tom, and there you have it. Put your playing head on top. Alright, boom, 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 with your stick. Sound still comes out like you did in the 80s, like an old bucket. And you've got rims both sides. Looks great on stage, and if you're chasing that 80s sound, cheap, easy way to do it, right? Done. Then lastly, the one I want to show you is, you can also, so much stuff, right? Where do you start? I had this all ready to go. Alright, got this one here pre-prepared. Let's see if I make another one. The other thing you can do here, oh, I found it. Hang on. Now, if you cut this out, so if you cut along this edge here, like so, I know, I get comments now, Bob, you forgot to count your fingers, think safety, mate. So I should probably have hearing protection on, but I've got drummer's ears, so who cares, right? I don't know what else I should have, safety glasses? I don't know. I don't know about your country, but in my country, you probably have to go to some higher education place and do training on the use of a knife. And have some sort of certificate you can show people that you're competent in using a knife. I think I'm showing I'm completely incompetent. Doesn't matter, right? Sitting here thinking, oh, am I really going to get through this? And I wish I had a sharp knife. All right. So now you're left with that. In this case, that's made of aluminium, so I could probably chuck that into the recycle bin. And you're left with this, and you've got the little edge that's left there. That's probably a better one. It's a little edge that's left from where the crimping was, and you're left with the outside, so outside of the ring, inside of the ring, left with that. Now the beauty of that, did I cut the wrong drum here? I don't think so. The beauty of that, I've really lost something. Get to the point, Bob. The beauty of that is you can now, the drum head, just have a bit of a ring to it. Push it on the inside. For doubters, yes, it still goes on your drum head, right? And that's a lot less control on it. That's a lot of tone and overtones taken out. So there you have it. You've got an old drum head. Get yourself a sharp knife, not this knife. Get a sharp knife. Get some smaller drum heads. If you can't get the right size, go to the kitchen. Get a lid. They're all round, it doesn't matter. You don't need to engineer this. Guess where the center is? Cut it out. Get your biggest hole. Get your biggest circle. Cut it out. Make a ring. Hang this underneath your tom. Put your rim on. You've got a bottom that's open, so you've got a single-headed tom for intensive purposes. Or cut this out, so you just lost that bit of plastic. You're left with just that. Pop it inside. Up. Pop it inside. Hey, what's going on? Pop it inside. Tone control ring. Let's keep the center. Tone control pad. So there you go. That's 3 ways that you can control the tone of your drums with one drum head and a sharp knife. Alright, pop out. Thanks for sticking with me. If you like what I'm doing, please click the like button. And if you value an independent voice that's not just trying to sell you something from the big company, please hit the subscribe button. That really does help. Okay.